students, in the previous lecture we discussed about the concept of stress and the simple basic definitions of like load, force, then resistance, what are the types of bodies, that is elastic body, plastic body, rigid body, in this unit, that is simple stresses and strains. Now this is third lecture. Of simple stresses and strains. So let us see. This is a body. If this is a body of length say L, then this axis is called as, this is the axis of member. This is axis of member or axis of body. So this is called as axis of a body. Now what is mean by axial load? What is exactly mean by axial load? What is exactly mean by axial load? A load whose line of action coincides with the axis of the member. Means if this is line of action of load, P, this is also line of action of load P, and if it coincides with the axis of member, then that load is called as axial load. So what is axial load? A load whose line of action coincides with the axis of member, then the load is called as axial load. Now if the load is like this, that is, म्हणजे आता ॲक्झियल लोड म्हणजे काय, तर ज्या लोडची लाईन ऑफ ॲक्शन, आता ही लोडची लाईन ऑफ ॲक्शन आहे, ही लाईन ऑफ ॲक्शन जर या मेंबरच्या ॲक्सिस बरोबर कोइन्साइड होत असेल, म्हणजे लाईन ऑफ ॲक्शन ऑफ फोर्स आणि ॲक्सिस हे एकाच लाईनवर जर असतील तर त्या लोडला ॲक्झियल लोड असं म्हणायचं. ॲक्झियल लोड. आता जर हा तुमचा जो लोड आहे तो जर पुल टाईप असेल, म्हणजे याचे ॲरो आहेत, ते जर मेंबरपासून म्हणजे लांब जात असतील तर त्या लोडला पुल टाईप लोड म्हणायचं. आणि पुल टाईप जर लोड ॲक्ट होत असेल तर त्याला ॲक्झियल टेन्साईल लोड असं आपण म्हणू शकतो. ॲक्झियल टेन्साईल लोड. If the load is pull type, and if the load is push type, means like this. If this is a body, this is axis of member, and if load is like this, that is push type axial load is there, then this is called as axial compressive load. Now sign convention for these two cases. If the load is pull type or axial tensile load is there, take it a positive in calculation. And if the load is push type or axial compressive load is there, then take negative sign. For this type of load, take negative sign. So this is the exact concept of axial load. Now this axial load is also called as longitudinal load because it is along length. It is called as longitudinal load also. Also it is called as normal load because it is normal to the area of section. Means if this is a bar, then this is cross sectional area, and this load is normal to cross sectional area. So like this, if this is cross section, then this load is normal to the cross section. This load is normal to the cross section. This is cross section and load is normal to cross section, means perpendicular to cross section. So therefore it is called as normal load also, or it is acting directly on the cross section of the member. So it is also called as direct load. So axial load, it is also called as longitudinal load, it is also called as normal load, and it is also called as direct load. And axial load having two types, one is axial tensile load and second is axial compressive load. Now see what is meant by axial stress. So it is simple. The stress produced due to axial load is called as axial stress. Means if this is a member, if this is a body or a prismatic bar or member, this is axis of member, and if the pull type load is this member is subjected to pull type load, that is tensile load, then due to this load what will happen? The material has its resistance. If this is P type load and this is section XX, and at the section XX this is resistance R. This is resistance R. So if the member is subjected to tensile load, then resistance is offered by this member. So this internal resistance force per unit cross sectional area is called as stress. We know the concept of stress. What is stress? The internal resistance force per unit cross sectional area is called as stress. Now the load is axial load. The type of load is axial load. So the stress produced due to axial load is called as axial stress. The simple definition of axial stress is the stress produced due to, what is stress? The internal resistance force per unit cross sectional area. Now what is axial stress? The stress produced due to axial load is called as axial stress. The stress produced due to axial load is called as axial stress. Now this stress is also called as longitudinal stress because it is along the length, so it is called as longitudinal stress. It is also called as normal stress because it is perpendicular to cross sectional area. Then it is also called as direct stress. Now friends, remember one thing also. The stress, the load is acting on the member. This is load which is acting on the member, but the stress is induced or produced inside the member. Stress is induced inside the member and load is acting on the member. Now this is the axial stress. What is axial stress? The stress produced due to axial load. And what is axial load? The load whose line of action coincides with the axis of the member is called as axial load, and the stress produced due to axial load is called as axial stress. And this axial stress is also called as normal stress or direct stress. Now see, what are the types of axial stresses? Friends, there are two types of axial load we know. One is a tensile load, that is pull type load, and second one is a compressive load or push type load. So according to this, there are two types of axial stresses also. So one is tensile stress, axial tensile stress we can say. So tensile stress, and second one is a compressive stress. Compressive stress. Now what is tensile stress? So first of all, draw this. If this is a prismatic bar, this is P, that is tensile load or pull type load. So due to this P, resistance, this is resistance, this R is a resistance to this force P, and this resistance is for this P. So this is resistance, and internal resistance force per unit cross sectional area is nothing but stress. What is tensile stress? When two equal and opposite, this P and P, both are equal. So two equal and opposite. So let us see, the arrow of this P is opposite to arrow of this P. So two equal and opposite pulls, these are pull type forces, pull forces applied to a body, then the stress induced in the material is called as tensile stress. When two equal and opposite pull forces, so when two equal and opposite pull forces acting on a body, then the stress induced is called as tensile stress. Is called as tensile stress. And what is compressive stress? So this is prismatic bar. So compressive load, that is push type load P, and for this P, this is R resistance for this P, and this is R resistance for this P. So what is compressive stress? When two equal and opposite push forces acting on a body, then the stress induced is called as compressive stress. Now what is stress? Sigma is internal resistance force per unit area. So R is equal to P, therefore P divided by area. So it is tensile stress, so it is sigma T. Now what is compressive stress? Sigma C is equal to resistance per unit area, so P divided by area. So remember these two equations, sigma T is equal to P by A and sigma C is equal to P by A. The unit is Newton per mm square. Also the unit for this is Newton per mm square. Now due to pull type load, what will happen? What change will happen in this body? So if this is a length of body, then what will happen? the length of body will increases by delta L. Length of body will increases by delta L due to tensile load. So delta L increases, and due to compressive load or push type of load, delta L will be decreases. So there is decrease in length due to push type load. If this is L, then this is decrease in length, that is delta L. Due to tensile load, length of bar increases, and due to compressive load, length of bar decreases. So take this sigma t is a positive in calculations, and take compressive stress is negative in calculations. So this is the exact concept of axial stress, and there are two types of axial stresses: tensile stress or axial tensile stress and axial compressive stress. So this is the concept of axial stress. So thank you very much.